Hello, and as of the 21st of September 2011, eBay launched their fashion outlet in the States. Now, if you're in the UK, you've already seen this, and it's a very positive move forwards by eBay because what they've been managed to do is bring big high street names to eBay, and that only has to be a very positive thing. Okay. Now, with that said, what we're going to be doing is walking through the different fashion outlets today, and there's one key point which I'd like to stress, that this is not a nitpicking exercise. What it is we can look at these fashion outlets and see what we can learn about the outlets, and crucially what we can take away to improve our own eBay activities. Okay. And to do this, there's three key points. The first one, we're going to be looking at product placement, where the products are featured, how they're featured, and number two, the general usability of the eBay shops and their actual listings too. And also we'll be taking explicit attention to how the key features of the products are displayed to customers, and again, what we can learn from this to make your listings better. So that said, what we're going to now do is jump over to the actual Channel Advisor blog. Now, the reason why I've come here is because Scott has actually pointed out that there are 12 fashion outlets which have come to the eBay fashion outlet section. Okay, and also that the user experience is different to a normal eBay shop, and we need to bear this in mind. Some of the features and functionality which we'll see is that you don't have access to. Okay, prime example, there's some advanced features in the eBay shops which I'm really kind of hoping that eBay will launch to the rest of the community, and also there's certain branding aspects. They also have strike through and a couple of extra features which they've got. So let's jump straight in. And what I've come to is the actual fashion outlet directory on ebay.com, and there's 12 separate stores, and what we're going to do is walk through each one of these one by one. Okay, and again, I'm going to stress this is not a nitpicking exercise. This is to see what we can actually learn from these outlets and take away and see what you can apply to your own listing activities on eBay. So the first one which we go into is Brook Brothers. Now, I'm not so sure if you can hear this or not, but I've had to turn it off. Is that when you come in here, they've got some funky music, to say the least, on their introduction. Now, I am by no means a fan of Flash. However, as you can see on my screen right now, the actual quality of the artwork is absolutely fantastic. You can see the grain in the tie, you can see the quality of the embroidery on the product on there, and it has a very positive effect. However, it's pretty overwhelming, and well, I feel personally that if you're going to have Flash on your store to get this product quality across, then don't do a huge flash intro. Keep it to, say, maybe 160 pixels, 200 pixels tool on there, and get straight into the product. Don't hang around on there, and we'll see in a moment that the Brook Brothers has actually got a limited product set, and they would do themselves an awful lot more favours by getting straight into the product. Okay, and also playing sound by default is quite annoying, and again, I've turned it off for this example. Also on the positive side here is that the store search. Now, for an eBay shop, all your buyers are going to be expecting a search in the top left hand corner of the left hand navigation bar, so thumbs up for this. However, the header area is pretty blank, to say the least. Up here there's a lot of wasted space, and it wouldn't take too much just to cut out the search box and enter a search up here. And again, as we work through some of these stores, look out for the search box placement on there. Buyers expect to be able to easily search not only your shop but also your listings too, and again, that would be my number one top tip, ignoring the flash, is and getting straight into the products, would be to add the search to the top right hand corner. Now, there's also a lot of wasted space down the left hand side, and my view on wasted space is that you're missing a marketing opportunity here, and it would have taken no more than 2 seconds to add a promotional box here on the left hand side to get a few key products in. Okay, so I'm going to go into all categories. Okay, now the 597 results is a little bit misleading because that actually includes variations. What we can see when I scroll down here is that there is only a limited number of pages, so there's only maybe 40 products tops. Okay, now I know I've already been and looked at this item, so I'm going to quickly jump into this one. Okay, now some of these variations are slightly pointless on there. If you've only got these pajamas in blue, then there's no point having a main colour in there, unless what that is that you also do these products in other colours and you're going to add them later. Okay, again, we need to make the life as easy as possible for the buyers, and at the moment I class that as a pointless option. Okay, and we've got this and material completely pointless. You could have just got got away with size. And again, this is number 2, which is usability on there. You could have compounded this down to just one variation and saved your buyers 2 clicks, and in a moment that's interrupting the actual buying process. Okay, so just moving into the listing, right, number 1, thumbs up. They've got a listing template which reflects that number 1 is their brand, and number 2 their actual eBay shop. So if you're a customer and you've come to the eBay listing and then gone to the eBay shop, it looks familiar, and also vice versa. If they've come to the shop and then you're listing, you've got some familiarity there. Again, we're missing this header's kind of blank up here, and we could do with a search box. Saying that, we got on the left hand side, but a lot of blank wasted space on the right. Okay, we've got a nice title. One pivotal question: is this item brand new? Is it used, or is it refurbished? And I've got a doubt in my head because it's not answered in here. Okay. Also, item B2, that means absolutely nothing to your customers. It might be important to you, but your customers probably really don't care that it's item B12, the B2 in there. Okay, and pretty basic on there. Right, I'm having to hunt for the shipping information, so $5 per shipment. But then I know you guys in the States, they've got you've got a whole raft of different shipping options in different states, etc., etc. And to go and find out for more information, then I'm having to leave the page, which is a bad idea. The zoom features were pretty cool on there, I have to say, and a lot of the ones which we're going to carry on and look at, they could actually learn from having a feature like this to be able to actually zoom in on the product. And again, they've got fantastic artwork here, and again, you can see the grain in there, you can see the buttons very, very clearly, and like I said, there's some other stores which we'll look at in a few moments which could learn from this too. So I'm just going to jump straight to the next one, which is Calvin Klein. I get why this page is so sparse. However, if I was this company, then I would get products in front of the customer as fast as possible. I'd also shift that search box to the top right hand corner, and I'd also add an additional search box on the left hand side. And also, there's a severe lack of product on this page. Where's the product? Sell them something. They've come here for a reason, and that's products. Give them a product. Sorry, I'm quite passionate about these things, and it's coming through there. So anyway, let's go and jump into men and see what they've got for me. And again, I'm going to stand by that you should have the search box in the top right hand corner, and then the search on the left hand side. And again, there's loads of wasted space down here on the left. Okay, so I'm just going to pick the first item which is in here. Okay, and again, I'm going to pick on here, so bottom size, and we've got the different sizes, inseam. Again, unlike the previous version, is that what we've got here is a valid use of variations, and like the listing which we saw before, 2 of the other options were completely pointless and you could have got away with one. In this instance, then size and inseam are important to the buying process, and that's included in there. So let's just jump straight into the listing. Okay, so I'm just trying to tell what this item is. So they've got the title in there, it doesn't stand out very much on there. there would be nothing wrong with capitalising the odd letter in here into proper case, and I also personally find capitalisation of letters, words on the right hand side it feels like I'm being shouted at, in short, and again I would strongly suggest that you keep away from the full use of capitals. Maybe in the search that's fine, everywhere else no on there, and again that means absolutely nothing to me as a buyer. I don't care about the manufacturer's part number or whatever it is. Okay, the product image is pretty small. I'm going to click on, I only noticed this after I came in here earlier, I've just done a bit of research beforehand, and if you click and let the product image comes up, but one annoying point is that I'm clicking all around the image, and I can't get rid of it. How annoying. And you have to click on the image to get rid of it. So if you are going to use the lightbox effect, ensure that you've got a get out clause around the outside, so when the image does pop up, and again I would be expecting when I'm clicking on the image that we would get the pop-up, and the click to enlarge is kind of lost down here completely, and again some additional product images would be fantastic. I can see that there's a mark on here. Is that intentional or is it not? I don't know. And again, this is the kind of things which your buyers are thinking, and it's your job as the merchant to accurately describe and visualize the product to your customers. Okay, there's some basic stuff on here. Size and charts, an obvious missing entity, and again if I click on here then it's going to take us off to a different page on eBay, and I've come away from the listing, and that's a bad thing. Also, this page doesn't make much sense, and frankly I'm not going to continue. So that's Calvin Klein. Moving on to the next one, is Custo. Now what an impact, absolutely amazing. If you want impact, you've got impacts on this page. However, where is the products on there? Sell me something more than a brand, sell me a product, put a couple of featured products down the bottom, maybe in a scroller header bar or something like that. I also found the navigation kind of confusing. I found this after about 10 seconds of viewing the page. If I wasn't interested in this brand then I may have already left. I also like that navigation, it's kind of cool, so I'm going to go and click in tops. Okay, search on the right hand side. I'm feeling comfortable. If I get lost I can get out as a search box. Again, also the navigation's a bit lost up here. They may have been better to swap this to a black and a white text navigation at the top just to highlight it, or maybe some sub categories here, because again they know that we're in the women's tops category. Okay, left hand side, quick point here. I actually quite like this, the navigation on here, and again I've been through some of these other categories in here and they don't all do it because they haven't got subcategories. I thought that was kind of cool, but again, wasted space down here on the left hand side. Sell me a product, and I'm just going to pick one at random here. Okay, a quick note on the variations, fantastic. Obviously this only comes in extra small, that's fine for it. Okay, but there aren't extra pointless variations like we saw in the first place. As we get into the listing template, again there's a lot of use of caps lock here, and I do feel like I'm being shouted at again. Also, there's not a lot of information about the products, and again it's really as part of your eBay listings, and especially in fashion, people, they don't see the dress, they see themselves wearing the dress. Sorry, that was my phone sneezing. Is that they don't see the dress, they see themselves wearing the dress. They see themselves at that event, at that party, at wherever they go, and they see themselves in actually wearing the products. And that's your role as the merchant, is to help the customers understand what this product might mean to them. Okay, so I'm going to click on a couple of different images, and I'm clicking on this image again. As you can see, I'm highlighting it and it's not popping up at me, and again I'm having to use another option down here, and again I'm clicking around the outside. I can imagine that on some different browsers that this, or somebody on a smaller screen resolution, would have just had this image completely fill their screen and they wouldn't be able to get back out of it again. Again, that's why being able to click around the outside of a light box, which we're seeing here, is a really good idea. Okay, I'm now gonna ask a critical question. What size is this? And also, is this item new? daft questions, but they're not answered. And again, I've just seen the sizing chart here on the right hand side, and I'm having to leave the listing, which is perhaps a bad thing. And again, it would be quite easy for them to identify which items are men's item, which ones are women's items, and just include this size chart in perhaps, I'll go back here a second, in maybe in one of these sized extra tabs here. Okay, it's been very easy to do that. They also have some additional items. While from a designer aspect, I like the rollover into it. This is a coloured item. Can you see that this item's got some vibrant colours in there? And again, if this was your store, then I would suggest you don't use the opacity overlay. Maybe when they click on highlight it to give them a positive indication, and to do this in reverse. So it's like this when you don't hover on it, and then when you do hover on it, then the opacity goes through white. It goes kind of grey. Okay, and this related item module is pretty cool. I've got to give you that. So that's enough on those chaps, and just remove their sizing guide. Okay, next one's feeler. Okay, pretty stunning impact on here. Again, I'm going to ask the question, where's my products? Show me some featured products. I want to be sold a product, and we're not seeing them. And I'm just going to click on main on the left hand side. The search box doesn't actually have a search indicator. I probably would not use the arrow. A magnifying glass or a label saying search would also be good practice here too. Also, I'm not kind of sure on what font face they're using there, but that's not very readable at all. And again, the same for here too. It's making I'm having to strain my eyes to see what the actual value of the product is as well. And a much clearer font face would have been definitely a good usability point. Again, I'm just going to quickly just jump in one of these. Okay, now because we're dealing with footwear, we're going to be dealing with sizing, and we've also got multiple colours. However, what colour is that? BICH? I have no idea. And again, number 2 on the list was light usability, and that's a big point. So if that, I don't even know what colour it is. So if I don't know what colour it is, goodness knows what your colour, what your customers are going to think. And on the bright side, they are swapping colours. So one's dark brown and one's light brown. If that's what they are, just call them the brown and light brown in there. Also, the titles suck pretty bad. Sorry, they could be improved rather than suck. As far as the listing template goes, pretty cool in there. I like the strike throughs in there. Again, it wouldn't take much logic in the back end tool to work out the amount of discount, either as a percentage or as a value which they're saving. Again, the font face is really pretty bad on here, but I like the way it was just worded. And again, I'm going to go back and ask you the question, is this item new? What about the sizing guide? New's not answered in here. Size guide is on there, and that's quite an epic size table. But on the right side, it's got the 4 kind of key areas where your products would be sold to: US, UK, Europe, and Japan. Okay, again, this makes sense for their products, and again, knowing footwear quite well, then you would be strongly advised to include a size table, because between manufacturers their sizing does alter in there. Let's have a look again. I'm clicking on this on the image on there. That image there is kind of pointless. There's only one product image here, so that image there is kind of pointless. It wouldn't take too much logic to hide the second image if there's only the first image if there's only one image. And again, this is a very light colour, and I'm clicking on there, and again I'm going to click around the outside. Okay, failure again. I'm going to click on the item, excuse me, to close it down. But all in all, the biggest point here is that what I'd actually say is that they're not pushing their brand logo big enough. In short, Fila is a very, very strong brand name, and the logo is tiny. I may have done that twice or possibly 3 times the size for it. So I'm going to finish there with Fila. Next one's Hanes brand outlet. Free shipping every day. there's an issue with contrast here, is that white on this light grey or bright purpley colour is that the contrast is not big enough. As you can see that men here on the right hand side, the colour difference in colours is strong, where the difference in colours between here and the white is not strong enough. Okay, search in the top right hand corner. Now when I first came to the shop, I actually clicked on this bloke. I did expect this to go somewhere, anywhere, and again on the Playtex I would expect that to go somewhere too. And again, I actually like this on here. They're telling the customer to click here. One of the biggest things to as far as calls to action is that you need to tell the customer what you would like them to do. Okay, so I'm going to do this in this case. Click on champion and being taken to the shop with the champion categories in. Okay, so search box, thumbs up on the right hand side, thumbs down, no search box on the left hand side. Again, we are dealing with eBay. Buyers always, with regards to the shops, always expect the search box on the left hand side, and the search box in the top header really is a big bonus. Okay, there's also an awful lot of wasted space down the left hand side, and I'm going to leave it there, and let's just jump into one of these products. Oh, actually, quickly go back. Okay, if you are changing the style of your link colours, okay, don't choose purple. I can understand why purple's been chosen because it's their default colour in the background, but wherever possible, if you can keep your standard product links to blue, that's just general good usability. So let's go and click on here and have a look at this item. Again, thumbs up, no wasted use of item specifics, no extra hoops for your buyers to jump through. And let's scroll down and have a look at the listing. Again, fantastic branding. If you were in here or were back at eBay shop, you would know that you're with Haynes. Okay, style code, no point. I have no. It means a lot to you as the merchant. Doesn't mean anything to your buyer. Okay. Let's just take a moment to read out this description. Are you a fighting Irish fan? Here's the perfect way to show you it. A University of Notre Dame hoodie with premium applique graphic. That's helping the buyer understand the product. Okay, these guys are going that one stage further. Where we saw the quite bland descriptions before, which was just about the product, these guys are going one stage further and helping the customer to understand the product and what it means to them. And that's a big point, is that this isn't just a product. This hoodie will mean something to the buyer. And if you're a fighting Irish fan, then happy days, then it might be the perfect item for you. Again, I'm just going to click on there, and again I'm clicking on the outside, won't go away, and because it's so huge, you may have just knocked them out on a small browser or small screen resolution. Okay, also I'm thinking sizing too, and again I'm having to scan this. Me personally, with hoodies, I normally prefer a large or an extra large, and there are no dimensions at all, so that's a bit of a fail in there, to say the least. I also don't know how much shipping as well, and I also don't. Do they accept PayPal? Sorry, just such a daft question. Do they? I don't know. Again, inclusion of a PayPal logo here would be kind of beneficial. Standard shipping on there. Right, so they've got free shipping. I know we've got it over here, but it would have been very handy to include on here free standard shipping. Again, it's just one of the. They've got real good. They've got a unique selling point, which is free shipping, and it's not being pushed to the maximum effect, and I've had to go hunting for that shipping information. And again, what does this mean to you guys? Give the customers the information which they need, so they need to know how this product impacts them and what it could be, what it could mean to them. Also, what the shipping is, what the condition is, and any sizing information. Again, we've looked at, again, this is fashion, so people are of all different sizes, and again, what it means to them is that, is this item going to be the right item? And again, it's a bit of a pain in the bum to buy an item, then find out it's the wrong size, and then have to send it back, because that means it's going to be a week and a load of hassle. So don't give your customers a load of hassle, and give them the information in the first place, and again that will save you. So if you can imagine, for every 10 items you sell you get 2 of them back, the amount of extra administration time in that is just going to kill you. So give them the information in the first place. Yes, it does take extra time, but it will save you in returns and additional questions. Okay. On a positive note is that we've got a nice category menu down the left hand side, quite like that, quite like the search box, and they've also got some related items too. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there for them. Jockey, again, loads of impact, and you know that I'm going to say it's about the 5th time round. Sell me a product, give me some products straight off the home page on there. Very, very easy to do, and let's just go into new arrivals and see what we can find. Again, 2 key points: search in the header, thumbs up; no search in the left hand navigation, and again a lot of wasted space. Now for your eBay shops, that you can add 2 additional promotion boxes down the left hand side. Even if there's just random products, put them in there. It will take 2 seconds to do, 2 minutes to do rather, and at least you're not wasting marketing space in there. Okay, now I've already been in here already and picked on this item. Again, the title's pretty poor in there. Sizing's good, shade, okay, unlike the one which we saw earlier with the item of footwear. It's pretty clear what the colouring is going to be on this item, and it makes sense to buyers too. Okay. Also a feature which normally eBay sellers don't have yet is a strike through on there, and that's the feature actually in use, and again that's quite a nice feature, and again I'm really looking forward to that coming out to the rest of the community. So moving again, I'm going to say search box thumbs up, search box thumbs down for the left hand side. Again, marketing space wasted. Okay, decent product to the image, decent product image, but was there not 3 different types, 3 different shades? So there's a black, grey, black, blue stripe, and grey stripe red on there. Product image was basically quite poor. There's 3 different variations in here. Again, we've got 4 images here. We've only got 1 image here. So that's kind of a thumbs down. And again, for the size chart, I'm having to go off page. On a positive side, I like the discount structure which they've got here. Also, the dollar symbol as well would be a good idea to add here too. Again, I'm from the UK. I know this is US orientated, but a currency symbol is a big one, because 5 could mean, what's that, €5, £5, $5, 5 guineas? Big question, which is left unknown. But pretty simple, but quite effective. Few minor points, and we'd be into a lethal listing. Okay, so moving on, last call. I am Liam Marcus, probably pronounced that wrong, so I'm English, so I do apologise. Again, sell me products. Let's go and have a look. Excellent. So let's have a look what they've got in here. Sizing and shades. What a pointless one. If this item's only ever going to be leopard, don't put your customers off by giving them an extra hoop to jump through. Get rid of it. Just call it size and say it's leopard in the top, which they've done. Okay, so that's a pointless variation. As far as the listing template goes, great brand image on the left, top left, search box in the right, and again I would have gone for not an arrow. I would have gone for, say, a magnifying glass, or the word search in the right hand side, and we've got exit categories in here as well. Titles being brought through, spacing's kind of messed out on here on the right hand side, almost to the point it's pointless. They may have been better off by getting rid of the right hand side here. Okay, so taking this out completely, and then maybe moving these 2 images to the right hand side. So when a buyer comes to a listing, you literally got 10 seconds, and in those 10 seconds you need to inform the customer and let them know whether this item's the right item for them or not. This other stuff which comes in here, that's completely irrelevant. The primary task is to deliver the key information to the customer within 10 seconds, and there's an additional image in here, and if I was on a smaller screen resolution then I would have missed it completely. I'm also seeing some random letters and numbers, means absolutely nothing to me. Also flat rate shipping per, right, how much is shipping? I don't know. Is it brand new? Is it return? Is it refurbished? Again, I've got doubts in my mind on this actual product already, which is a bad thing. And again, the description is pretty poor to say the least, and again the item specifics are pretty poor as well. On the bright side, I liked their tabs in here, maybe too many, but at least they're there. And again, they've got a nice related items module in here. Don't worry about it if you don't have a related items module. In the next 2 weeks or so, I'll be showing you how you can do this. So anyway, just jumped into another item again that's suffering from the same issues. But let's have a quick look at their eBay shop, because we kind of got out of there because I got so excited that there was products on there. Let's have a quick wander around. Again, this big image is a link. Excuse me. Search. No search on the left hand side, thumbs down, but thumbs up. We've got a promotion box and we've got products. Look at that space which is being used with products. Absolutely brilliant. Anyway, moving on to the next one, Reed's Jewelers. Okay, a fantastic quality image. There's products in the image too. If I click on that product, I better be going to that ring, which I'm not. I'm actually going to the sapphire category. And again, this is the 5th or 6th one we've been through. Search, wasted space. You kind of know what I'm going to say by now in there. Product quality, imagery is just fantastic. I quite like that one. I'm going to click on that one. Okay. Just a quick note here. Now, we've already seen that the outlets have the option of using the strike through. It may be their strategy not to leverage this to discount their brand, but it's an extra feature and it might be worth using. Even if it was a couple of dollars, then it could help convert more customers. Again, that product image is fantastic. Artwork's a huge thing for your listings, and excuse me, when you're selling products which may be unique, or if you're even selling products which are not unique on mass market, going the extra mile with product artwork will help. Again, I can imagine, if I was a lady, I could imagine myself wearing that ring, and I could see it, I could actually imagine that product on myself. And again, that's one of your primary goals, is to help the customer envisage them wearing the products. They don't have the ability to pick this ring up and interact with it. And that's your job as the merchant, is to help the customer interact with the products and to describe it to them as best as possible. Okay. This, I've also been on this one before, because I know if I highlight on these, then they'll highlight, and because there's such vivid colours in here, then it may have been better to do this, the opacity, so when I hover on that, to do it the other way around. So you've got the bright colour, and then when you highlight on them, that the colours get dampened down. Excuse me one moment. My apologies for that. Again, search, got it in the top header, and then the navigation here. Overview and detail, so that's already got me curious. And ring size 7 now. What size is that actually? I'm in the UK, and in the US you have sizes 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, blah blah blah. And the UK, we have an alphabet based mechanism for ring sizes, and again, these guys may have no focus on European markets, but also immediately they're ruling themselves out from any foreign sales, because I have no idea what size 7 is off the top of my head. Nice plain description. I'm gonna ask, number 1, sizing information, is it new? And that's it really. So I'm gonna click on the details, and that's pretty pointless, to say the least. And if again, you would have been better off getting rid of that completely, and maybe including here new, and how much is shipping as well. Okay. About us, it's a big one. about us is really important to you, but to be honest, it's not that important to your customers. As such, you would probably be better off including the shipping tab. And what? Sorry, my reaction is there. I've just looked at this page. I was looking to see how much the shipping was. Number one, I cannot see any pricing in here. No shipping price. All I'm reading is that it's shipping is $25. That's an awful lot. How much is shipping on here? Not available to the United Kingdom. Funny that. Let me just change that to United States. Again, I'm having to go hunting to find this information, and that's a bad thing. And again, it's $20, not $25 to begin on here. Again, it would have been better off to include that in the actual listing itself. So a lot of positives, and shipping's a bit of a mistake there. And again, your job's to provide clear, concise information so the customers don't have to go hunting for this information. Again, this is just basic information. If you put your hand over the Spanx takes off on the right hand side, I'd ask you what brand this is. They've actually got this, I feel, the wrong way round. Your branding logo should always be in the top left hand corner, and any search or extra navigation should be on the right hand side. So I did actually feel this a little bit, I did feel a little bit confused when I came to this page. Again, your buyers will be doing the same. 50-50 on this one. I'd prefer if I could see some products in here. At the moment we've just got categories, so I'm just going to pick on the first one. Okay, again, those two should really be around the wrong other way round, and I like that it's coming here, and again this would be better on the left hand side rather than the right hand side. Again, no search box, and nothing wrong with putting a promotion box here on the left hand side. Again, the link colours are all a bit odd. I understand that purple is your second feature colour, but I would try and keep these to blues, especially for products. Left navigation's fine, you can play around with that, but the critical one, when you click on a product, keep it blue. Okay, so I'm going to grab this one, and hosiery size, colours, and again we're not seeing any pointless attributes in here. It's coming to the listing. Again, search would be better on the right hand side, and also the difference between colours is not strong enough, and that search box, again, you could easily get lost in the quite busy background. And price and sales is obviously a big strong USP for them on here, and that's in the background there. Title's pretty good. Again, style, number one is I'm using Chrome, and there's obviously a style issue here because that's been put into the title, which makes reading footless really poor. And also, style means absolutely nothing to your customer, and if it does, I hasten to add, then include it somewhere else in the listing, not in the header. Okay, good description. I'm going to ask you again: are they new? What's the shipping? And where's the sizing guide? Okay, and right. Right, sizing chart's going to take me off the page. Thumbs down. Shipping, I'm having to hunt. No, I can't see how much shipping's going to cost me, so I'm having to go back up, and it's telling me it's $4.95. So that's maybe an acceptable price, but it would have taken 2 moments to actually include that in the listing. And I also don't like text like that in there, saying the images is for example only. It's either the product or it isn't the product. And also, this product comes in multiple colours, as we can see here. Okay, it wouldn't have taken too much effort to include the extra images. And again, I'm clicking on the main image, it's not clickable, I'm having to click off to get the light box up, and again I'm clicking either side and to get rid of it. Extra items in there, thumbs up. Okay, the next one, Tommy Hilfiger, pretty cool group shot on here. Where's my product? Sell me a product, take me to a product. There isn't one here. Sorry to sound robotic, but they come to your shop, give them a product which they may be interested in there. Okay, so I'm just going, I'm a bloke, I'm going into shirts. One really good point here is that all their shirts have a common theme to the way they've been photographed. I know there's a couple of exceptions in here with some chaps wearing it, but if you can't afford a model, or if you don't look as sexy as me, sorry, I'm not by any means, then just keep to a standard format, and you'll see that that's what they've been and done here with their products. And again, it doesn't matter what products you're doing, if you keep to a standard photography format, then your listings will look fantastic, and they could look just as good as this, just for the sake of having the camera in the same place, and trimming your products artwork in the same way for each of them. So I'm just going to grab the first item which we've got in here. Sizing, colour, and different shades. Now there is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So there's quite a few different colour variations in here. So I'm kind of hoping that I'm going to be seeing some additional images down in the listing, which we don't. We only see this version, and I don't know which one that is. So I'm having to go back up in here. So blues, master navy. Is that the same one in there? Yeah, that's the same one. And let me just change that back and choose greys and hydro. Yeah, I'm having to hunt to find the other images, which is a bad thing. And again, it wouldn't have been too much effort to include the additional images in here too. Again, I'm clicking on the image, no big pop-up, and I'm pretty sure if I click on there, it would come through. Nice title. If there was a key feature, say free shipping, then it'd be quite nice to have the title and then free shipping in there. And again, I'm having about us. I don't care. I want to know how much shipping it is and whether it's new or not. And so you would maybe have been better if this was your listing, including the shipping tab first on there, and then the about us and the returns as well is separate on there. And again, there's no note which I can quickly scan read on that as being the item it's being brand new. Okay. People who viewed this also viewed kind of a nice touch. The red text, while I don't actually think it's the same colour scheme as the logo, so it stands out too much, and it also, using red's kind of a dangerous colour to use because it means warning. So because it was red, I read it, and I also, it caught me a few moments ago actually reading it out to you. So I felt it was important, and actually it wasn't that important in the scheme of things. So I'm just going to grab another item and jump into there. Great, fantastic product image, and it's suffering from the same issues as the others. 2 more to go, and I'll shut up for it. Timberland, fantastic. Timberland, as soon as I think Timberland, I do think outdoors. That's a fantastic piece of artwork, and they're selling me products. It may not be the best looking eBay store, but this one's selling me products. I'm quite chuffed about that. And again, I wouldn't go mucking around with font colours for links. I'd just suggest you just keep them blue. So let's go and jump on this item. I'm going to ignore the eBay shop. It was great. They were selling me products. That's all I'm going to say. Kept it simple on here, just kept the sizing in. Okay, look at the products. Again, I'm clicking on the image, it's not coming up, and I presume that's a light box. Yeah, and again, I'm clicking off and for it's coming. Again, they've got 4 good product images, and again, a really crucial one for the footwear. If the sole of the shoe is a selling point, then include it. It wouldn't take 2 seconds just to, well, take about a minute to take the bottom of the foot, the item, and to edit the image. Okay, categorization on the left, search on the right. Bit of a wasted space on here down the left hand side. There's an awful lot of wasted space. Maybe it would have been an idea to remove the helpful or unhelpful links on the right hand side, include it to the left, and move the more items across the left hand side, and give them some more space to perhaps have the images maybe bigger on there, or maybe the images and a few key attributes like, is it new, what size range, and how much is shipping, and maybe 1 or 2 lines for the key description in there on the right hand side, so your buyers can make an informed decision very, very quickly, because they're having to go scroll down to hunt for the description. And oh, fantastic shipping table, and again, it's very, very easy to do some logic statements, is to take naught and turn it into free. Okay, very easy to do. And again, if you're as an eBay seller, if you're hard coding your templates, then just write free in it on there rather than 0.00. Then I'm having to interpret that it's free. If it's free, tell them it's free. That's what I'm saying. The last one, Rhenium Rust, fantastic layout. I'm not going to complain about the shop category on the left hand side because I think that's pretty cool, and I also like the home page. We have products on the home page. There's a yay from the Mac camp. Excuse my sense of sarcasm. Again, I'll say it again. Sell me a product when I come to your eBay shop. Okay. So I'm going to jump into flares. Let's see what goes on here. It's only one item. They look pretty cool. Again, no nonsensible categorization or extra variations for the customers to choose. Product image is a bit fuzzy. Can I just make a quick point here, is that we come from a quality set of artwork on here, and then if we go forwards into the product listing, then I'm almost disappointed by the quality of the photography in here. And again, let's just be fair to these guys. Let's jump out and choose a different category and see what the artwork's like for that. That's not a good thing, coming across blank categories. Let's go and choose this one here because it's a similar product. The image is better, but that's blurry on my screen. Again, you're going to be seeing a recorded screen, so the image quality won't be that much better on your side. But yeah, it's not very crisp, to say the least. What they are actually doing is showing the front and back, and a key feature on there. But I would have actually said that maybe the heels or behind the knees may have been a better feature to include. Okay. Search box in the top right hand side. Again, I'm going to let them off for the search on it because I really like that left hand navigation bar. And again, it goes to the full height of the listing. If you've got a short navigation bar like we saw in Timberland a few moments ago, then and some white space, stick a product in it, stick a category in it. Don't leave white space. It's all good selling space. Nice big bold lettering on the top. Product images, which works. Again, this one's I feel a bit let down just here quickly. It would have been nice if when I click on this it comes out in a light box. I did say earlier I didn't like caps. I do kind of like the font face on here. I'm warming up to this one quite quickly. I think it's the overall scheme of things, the quality of the actual template itself is very good. I quite like that. I do have the question of new and shipping whirling around in my head, and also sizing, but apparently this is just 34. Oh, okay, that's a bit of a problem. There's a sizing issue here too. I don't care about your history, I care about shipping, and there's nothing wrong with including a PayPal logo here somewhere too. And we use FedEx, blah 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 blah. Where's my shipping price? Tell me how much the shipping is, in short for that. Okay, so all in all, what we've been and done is actually look through the 12 eBay fashion outlet stores. Now, none of them were perfect, but that's completely irrelevant. Number one, well done eBay. You guys have got 12 fantastic brands onto eBay. However, what I've just been through for the last 10-15 minutes or so is actually work through them one by one and point out just some common issues with each of them. And now that you've been and listened to me and watched me take you through these listings, I'm going to ask you a specific question, which is what can you do and when you take away from this session to improve your listings. And it's really about you. We've been through 12 different stores. What could you do better to help your customers? And that's it. Thank you for your time. That's Matt Ogborne signing off from The Last Drop of Ink.